Hey everyone, I'm going to do something a little bit different today. As you all know, this is the PRO1000S. I love this tool. This is something that I don't hardly ever use as much as I thought I would. As you all know, I published a video of me unboxing a bunch of tools, and I had bought the JC Pro, and a lot of you accused me of having this stuff given to me and sent me nasty grams about nothing but tool review videos and whatever. So you will wind up, first of all, this is a tool that comes with, or you can purchase additional modules that go in the sides. Okay, for instance, this is a iPhone, this is for reprogramming like the NAND on the iPhone 6 and 6 Plus, and basically you plug this expansion thing here in the side of it, and the JC Pro has software that enables you to read and write from those chips, which is incredibly handy. And this is a capacitive touch screen. It's rather sluggish, but you don't need it to be fast. So I bought the JC Pro, and what I wanted to use it with mostly was, like the iPhone 7. That's what I do NAND rework more than anything on. But when you look at the module that came with the iPhone 7, it has a lightning port of its own on the bottom. So when I want to do, when I need to read and write or put data on or take data off of this style of NAND, I don't even use the JC PRO1000S. I always hook it straight to the computer because it has a wonderful software app that we can use and do it all right there on the computer. Plus, I can store like backups of the customer's stuff. Let's see, if my wife is messaging me here. I have to talk to my wife for just a second and let her know that I'm still recording. Which I'm grateful that she takes seriously now. I'm sure all of you are too. So I bought all these expansions for it. Let's see, I just showed you the one for, this one will do 6 and 6 Plus. This one will do 7 and 7 Plus. I'm not going to sit here and name off all the models. Let's just generalize this. So I bought all these modules for this thing. This is for reading and writing. This one is for reading and writing battery data, and that's really cool. It works good, except I hardly ever use it. If I want to read battery data on an iPhone, I wind up using 3U tools. But I guess if I got a battery laying here that I just need to test or something, then I would get that out. I bought various, what the hell else did I buy? What is this? Did I buy? I'll be danged. I forgot I bought that one. That's the one that lets you like read and write data from the screens, like the proximity. I don't even know what to call it. So, but see there again, like what it came with, that came with free floating buttons. Is it so common for these buttons to get broken off? They had to give me like new ones? Huh. See, but there again, you have a module that will plug onto the side of the JC PRO1000S, but it also has a lightning port. Now, I don't know if this one can be directly connected to a PC. I know the NAND programmer I showed you can. So I don't really know on this. I've never used it. I opened it and looked at it. It's one of these tools that I bought and I just hardly ever use. Out of this group of tools that I bought, I had also bought a thermal camera as well as the eye socket. That was my big purchase. And out of all of these tools, the eye socket and the thermal camera, those have been the money makers. These two tools paid for themselves quickly. But we don't care about those right now. I'm here for the JC PRO1000S. When I first got this, I did not realize that you could run it standalone. See, I've disconnected power and it's still running. And you'll notice, let's go ahead and shut it down. Slide the power off. The stuff that's on here, this is all just pertaining to those modules and things I just showed you. So there's not really much to show you here. So let's go ahead and just power this right on off. Slide the power off. And so I had been using this with power cord only. I think this probably saves the backups and things that you make. Let's kick that aside. I had been using this with the power cord, which is, the power cord is USB-C. And when you unplugged it, the thing would shut off. And then one day I just happened to be looking at the back of it and it says, let's see, how do I do this? It says, user can install iPhone 6 battery inside. So I took this cover off of here. Now this isn't the proper screwdriver, but I dug for the proper screwdriver for a good 5 minutes before starting this video and decided that I was just going to use the improper screwdriver. So when you take this cover off, you have a nice little place here where you can hook an iPhone 6 battery. And I know I've used only the highest quality of iPhone 6 battery here, these Vertil batteries. I don't know how they are nowadays, but I bought this back when the iPhone 6 was, you know, a fairly new phone, and these batteries were junk. Like, oh, it was. I imagine it's a total shit show to get good batteries now still. I wind up, you know, I have a good source for batteries now, but if you're just buying random batteries from like Group Vertical or Gadget Fix, prepare to have some pretty big ups and downs. So totally rad. You can put an iPhone 6 battery in here and this thing will run on battery power, and then there's no more need to always have the USB-C connected. Now, I bought all of this, you know, with the intentions of one day going back into screen repair, and that's why I had bought the module for reprogramming like screen components. But to realize that you can do this on battery power makes this something that you can use out at your front counter, like to test batteries and stuff right in front of the customer. And just let me say this again. Like, this is not a sales video. I need to do content for my channel that is different than just regular repairs. It's really crucial to me continuing to do YouTube videos altogether. So I really hope that you all like this video, and I'm doing a video on something that I am genuinely interested in. This is a tool that I have just hardly ever been using, and I have found myself curious, what makes this thing run? And I got on YouTube and I did a search, I got on Google and I did a search, and I can't find one person on the face of the repair planet that can tell me what in the hell this thing is. You know, I know we've got a capacitive touchscreen. You know, I know we've got some sort of an operating system. Let's go ahead and, you know, let's do this once more. Let's look at it from the beginning, because I think this might have already been started up when I began this video. So let's plug our battery in, hold it in place, and let's just go ahead and power this thing up. You know, so it just like jumps straight in here. I'm curious to see like what exactly is this thing? Can we hack it? Can I put like a picture of like boobies on the startup screen? I'm sure somebody got to choose that. So let's see, let's pop the battery out of this thing. I would like to know what is inside this thing. So we've already got the battery disconnected. There we go. Now, I have done a fair amount of NAND rework with this thing, and I probably should be posting a video about that. But the only one that I ever recorded, I recorded like, you know, just a raw video. Now, I have been posting raw versions. I'm starting to post more unedited stuff and raw videos to another channel that I created. It's called STS Raw. And oh dear, is this a warranty sticker? Who puts warranty stickers on stuff? Don't you guys know this is against the law? All right, so this video will be posted in a much unedited format, and then the more edited versions of the videos will be posted to the main channel, and that's to kind of keep YouTube from shitting on me for posting things that are not up to par. At least I feel like they do anyways. All right, we have removed all 4 bottom screws. I encourage you to check out the STS Raw channel if you just want to watch like raw repair and none of me mouthing and flapping my jaw for the most of the time. Right now, I am posting a lot of raw, unedited stuff there. Cool, we've got a strong arm processor. Or an arm. I don't know if it's a strong arm, but I know it's at least got an arm in it. Let's see what else we got here. All right, so this looks like an entire proprietary computing platform that they have designed from the ground up. Rats! I was hoping to open this thing up and find an Arduino, but we open this up and we find a PRO1000 version 2.6. Can you read the 2.6 on there? So that's the motherboard that the thing's got in it. And then we've got it looks like we've got a flex cable that's going to go through to the display. But I am very curious to find out exactly what is here. Let's go ahead. We're going to disconnect the display. Did they glue it? There we go. So we're going to undo that little latch there. And if we get behind this ribbon, it should pull right out of there like that. Now we're going to take the remaining of these screws out. I guess I better grab the right driver. We're going to use only the proper tools here. There we go. Hey, at least I'm not going to waste a bunch of time on this video. Uh-oh, we got different screw lengths. Let's be mindful here. We've got a button pad. We've got a button pad that runs across here at the bottom on the top side. So right now, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take out only these perimeter screws. And now you have to keep them straight because we got different lengths. You know, we've got shorter ones up here. Come on. There we go. We've got shorter ones up here. We've got longer ones down here. Now that I've taken out those two, I'm going to see if we've got any give here. We do not. And I'm going to go ahead and take out the remaining three. I'm trying to keep from disconnecting something that I don't really want to disconnect. There's got to be at least somebody else who was curious about what's inside the JC Pro. Okay, now as I took out the last screw, this thing sort of just like fell apart, okay? And I'm seeing another ribbon inside, so we're going to flip this over like this. And we're going to have a look carefully under this display. Which way does it open up? There we go. So when you open up the display, just down inside of here, there is another ribbon cable connected. And if you don't, this is really hard to hold still and run the computer. If you don't know that that's there, that would be an easy one to tear up. Did it spark? Am I hallucinating? I thought I seen a spark. All right, so we're going to unlatch that. There we go, and that ribbon should come right out. There we go, that's got our display disconnected. And you see the nasty fingerprints I'm leaving all over everything? Now, if you're wondering why I'm not wearing gloves, as I usually do, it's because this day I've decided to do YouTube videos. I am actually out of gloves. Total oversight. So I'm going to do it anyways. You know, for the most part, gloves keep my sweaty fingerprints off of stuff. Okay, this appears to be in somewhat of a bind. I think it might be the USB-C port. And then we've also got ports here in the back. Is there something spring-loaded? What am I hearing? It's the button. Where's this thing? Something's holding this thing on here. I don't see anything on the front. I feel like it's over here. I feel like it's the USB-C port. Maybe it's a combination between here and here. I don't plan on tearing it up. You know, I plan on putting this back together. So let's be really careful. It's literally spring-loaded. That's bizarre. Like, what the hell? What's holding this thing together? Okay, so it definitely can't come up there. It has to come up over here first. That's not holding it. I think it really is the USB-C port over here holding it in. It is. It's just really tight. Cool. Glad I didn't pull it out of there without, you know, and tear a bunch of crap up. Okay, so up here, nothing special. We've got an SD card reader, and then we've got their PCI Express slot or whatever it is over here. Rats, guys. I was hoping to find something spectacular. I was hoping to find like a programming interface, but you know where that's going to be? USB-C. So what do we got here? This is a ARM processor. I'm going to type this on Google. I'm curious to see what this is. And I'm going to Google the model here. I'm going to Google this chip here, STM32F429IGT6. And my screen capture doesn't work, which means I'll have to go back and clip this in. Okay, so I get, whenever I Google that, I'm going to read it out loud here. And let's see what we get here. It looks like Mouser sells this, and Mouser is calling this an ARM microcontroller. So this is an ARM Cortex M4. It has a 32-bit data bus width. It's got a maximum clock frequency of 180 megabig ones, and it has program memory size of 1 megabyte. It looks like it has 256K of RAM, and it is really just a very lightweight computing platform that is made to run on 1.7 to 3.6 volts. So this thing really is a specially designed thing that, you know, they have designed this from the ground up. This is their PCB. This is their housing. There is absolutely nothing useful that I could do or learn by taking this taking this apart. What am I doing with my life? Let's put this back together. I like this tool. All right, so now that we know what kind of ruckus that we got going on here, I'm going to put the board back in, let's see, it looks like this screw, and this screw, those are to hold the display right here. So we're going to put those in, shit, dropped it, put those in last. So that's these top three. Let's go ahead and see if we can slip this back down in there without tearing it up. And let's see, the lightning port, or the, no, we don't want to do that. Actually, that's the way we had to do it. But I had to do, okay. Don't tear up my programmer that I never use ever. Okay, I'm exaggerating. I do use it sometimes, but not near as much as I thought I would. Because I can hook these modules straight to a PC. Oh man, this sucks. What's going on here? We've got to get this down into this slot. That might be what I'm hitting. So that goes like really tight in there, okay? So we're going to want to get it fairly flat, get this end to drop down. There we go. Somewhere out there, there's a Chinese guy laughing at me that puts these together by the thousands. All right, we're almost there. Okay. Nope, I don't like it. I'm not tearing up my programmer today, guys. So that has to go down in there flat, or it won't go down in there. How in the heck did they put this together? I know it wasn't easy to get apart. Go, there's that, there's that. But the hard part now is getting the PCI Express slot to go down in there. Ooh. There we go. And it's spring loaded. That's so bizarre. The old springy spring there. That's for the button up front. Which, you know, that button up front is touch sensitive. It don't actually push. You know, it's like a capacitive touch thing. So it's important for that spring to be conductive, I'm sure. All right, so we now understand in full why the screws are longer on the bottom. They are supporting the display. We're going to hold down the springy spring here. Carefully put these back in since I'm doing it with a cordless screw gun. Nothing like using a chainsaw to build a RC airplane, right? There we go. The next screws are all longer. Those are to hold the display on. But before we do that, we'll go ahead and put these top ones back in. I guess this, crap. I guess this video could be useful if you have spilled water on your JC PRO1000S and you need to know how to like take it apart and fix something. Otherwise, you're never ever going to take this apart. And if you do need to take it apart, chances are you're going to figure it out just like I did. You're not going to get online and Google it. You're just going to take it apart. If you're watching this channel anyways. All right, let's see if we can get down in here and get this cable reconnected. Putting all these fingerprints in it, I'm wishing I'd have done this with gloves. There we go. So we're going to reconnect this. This is going to be for touch, guys. Right? Back up. Let's look at one more thing. Let's verify that that is for touch, and I'm almost positive that it is because this is just a classic arrangement here where we've this is just a classic arrangement here where we've got the We've got a display cable, and then this is most likely going to be a touch controller. What does this say on it? Goodix GT9147. And if I Google that, I get GT9147. I get Goodix GT9147 capacitive sensing technology. So yes, that is absolutely the connector for the cool little touch screen. I gotta say, this is really cool. I took on a lot of criticism for some of these videos that I posted on tools, and you know, people thought that it was all donated to me, but you know, some of it was, the inexpensive stuff was, but these high-dollar tools like the ones that I'm taking apart right now, this wasn't donated to me. I spent my money on this. In fact, all the tools that I've shown in this video was purchased. So all of those that criticize me for showing Chinese tools, you would not be doing Nandry work and stuff without Chinese tools. So all right, let's put the screen back on. There we go. There we go. One last screen. Okay, so although I didn't learn much here, I did learn how to take apart and what was inside the JC PRO1000S. This is one last curiosity that I have, and this is something that I sort of have fun doing. You know, when I was a kid, I used to take, if I got it for Christmas and I knew that it had a motor inside of it, or something else that I could use, it was coming apart. I don't care how much my mom thought I would love it. They would buy me like a new, a new cassette recorder or something, and come into my bedroom 25 minutes later. Let me adjust this. So they would buy me a new cassette recorder or something and come into the bedroom, 25 minutes or an hour or whatever later, and I would often have taken it apart to salvage the motor out of it because I wanted to build, I wanted to take it and build something else. So that same curiosity has driven me to take apart this JC PRO1000S, but I was sort of hoping for, I don't know, I guess if we really dig into it, we can load other code in this thing. I'm sure we can change the programming on that ARM processor, or microcontroller as they called it. But who would want to do that? This thing is cool. This is a tool that will make money sometimes. I should probably put some adhesive in here to hold that battery in place, huh? Not be like the phones that I get shipped here that you can just hear that battery rattling around. All right, so we've just about got this back together. I'm going to flip it over, make sure it still works, and I'm going to call an end to this video, and I will have gotten some satisfaction here because I know what's inside this. It's been driving me nuts a little bit. It just sits there staring at me. Then I use it once or twice a month. All right, so we've got the screen back on, and let's see if our capacitive button still works. Ready? Ooh. There we go. There you go, everybody. There is a teardown and a rebuild of a JC PRO1000S. I do have plans of doing some other videos with the other modules and doing actual repairs with this, but today I just wanted to figure out what was in it. So if you like this video, please click the thumbs up button. If you're new here and you have not subscribed, I would greatly appreciate it if you do, if you like this type of thing, that is. And that is it for now. I will see you next time. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching.